Hello and welcome back everyone to the Lost Dices. This is One Piece Tides of Adventure, and this is the backstory of the whole campaign that is being running right now. So, uh, it is set about 63 years in the future after Monkey D. Luffy became the Pirate King with the Straw Hats achieving their goal. But during that time, after the war that was the Great War, it was called. Monkey D. Luffy was attacked by the notorious Blackbeard, uh, fatally wounding Luffy in their battle, and it it was at this point where the world changed as a dark era took on, as they found out that Blackbeard couldn't be stopped, as the Straw Hats pirates found out that Luffy was dying, and it was the fact that this point onwards the story was changed. The dark era was there, and this dark king called Blackbeard was ruling over it until very later on. But yes, the story starts off with a crimson beginning. The pirates were went about their the pirate crew went about their day, finding a drunken marines and everyone who was the crew. Starting off with Kid Crud playing Apollo R. Soul. You'll get more information about him later on. They had three other people that were part of him. These were founding members. Then there was Dode Bargo, a middle class chef from the West Blue who spent his entire life as a chef. And then there was Nuka Mizu, who was a fishman, and they found themselves stranded on this island without a ship. Uh, Basically trying to find this ship that was always there, that was not there, as they found out that there was actually rumors of a great ship. Uh, but yes, it turns out Iris, the innkeeper, was very familiar with Soul and went out of her way to tell them to talk about who she was and world government's list of people who they were after. It turns out that she ate the devil fruit called the age fruit. After that, the Marines showed up looking for, and they came to the bar. Iris, uh, back to there. They approached her, but Soul and Nuka Nuka quickly tried to start a bar fight to no avail. But then Iris stepped in using her Conqueror's hockey to knock out the Marines. Soul being saw one of them to pull a Denden Mushi, uh, but was knocked him out. Acquired it. Soul took it and overheard what they heard was a demon beast prisoner, and used to list it on in the report. They couldn't find Iris as at the bar, so Sol went to recruit the demon prisoner because he was obviously strong. The bluff worked out, but the captain came anyway because the Marines needed to punish failure. As he war was coming in, Iris and her work staff began their escape. Iris would go get the ship, while the crew decided to sneak into the base disguised as the enemy as Marines and prisoners. They stripped the Marines naked, and Nuka played the role of prisoner, while Soul and Diode played the Marines. They walked in, but knowing that they needed to buy time to release the prisoner, Soul set the bar ablaze. As they headed to the back door, the captain showed up, and Soul, buying the time, set the bar on fire. With that, they headed to the base and bluffed their way in. They reached the prisoner, and Dyer went to the weapons locker slash store to store the weapons. While the guards were distracted, Anuka and Sol attacked and knocking out the guards. They freed the prisoner and grabbed the weapons, finding there was a very old hidden sword. They bravely fled, jumping over the wall and heading towards the pier, but reached the cliff. At that point, the prisoner used their powers of gravity to cause an earthquake, which at this time he is no longer a part of us anymore. He decided to not want to play as a pirate, which drew the attention of the captain Elijah, who appeared in a bright beam of light, demanding that the prisoner return to him until he saw the ship. That then he went. That then he went full scale destruction. Sol said no, declaring the prisoner was now part of the crew and lit his fist, ready to fight. Apologies. Fight. Firing off firing off a fist of fire at the ground. Now to tell you guys, yes, Apollo our Sol does have the Mera no Mi. It will be later revealed more why. It at the ground. It caused a landslide, causing the cliff to fall and head towards the pier. When they got to the pier, they were confronted yet again by Elijah because of his powers of the Yatamoni, which translates to the light fruit. The fight was intense, very intense, with a soul being taken down within a couple of rounds. But it was a very intense fight with Nuka nearly sacrificing himself for his newfound captain at 1 HP, forcing Elijah towards the pier of water with his bull rush ability and nearly pushing him into the water. They got away, but thus the hardest battle they ever fought, despite the odds against them. Somehow managed to win with with a last minute effort of Nuka charging the captain, taking a blow after blow, but managing to almost drown the captain, causing him to run away in a flash of light. Thus, they won the battle, and at the cost of being on world government's bounty list. An injured soul was taken care of and then smacked by Iris with her frying pan. She proceeds then to train the crew in the paths of learning, a lesser version of hockey. After a long and hard training session, which involved violence, and then more or less got the hang of it. This is episode 1. It was a pleasure to let you guys know the recap, and I thought you guys to know it.